everyone, welcome to the Spurs news. Today we're going to start off with the little gossips and transfers that we have. And the first news update or the news headlines is as follows. One of the players that we have won't be getting a shirt number, so he's most likely going to move on. And another player, Mourinho told him he won't get an opportunity because he has two other players in the same position. And lastly, Mourinho has spoken about another player that could be following suit to join us in the transfer window. So who would be our fourth transfer this transfer window? All right, let's spur our way to glory. All right, first of all, let's start with the player that won't have a shirt number this season coming. Cameron Carter-Vickers won't have a shirt number in the Spurs team. This means he would be moving on, most likely. And Mourinho doesn't trust him, and Mourinho doesn't think he would have a future at the club because he has many other options that are much better than him. The next news is who would be our fourth signing. It's debatable who it would be because there are two players that could be coming in. One could be a right back and the other could be a player that could be playing as a forward, as a backup for Harry Kane or compete with him. So let's see what you think. Who is it going to be? A defensive player or is it going to be an attacking player? Now the options are as follows. For the attacking player, it's going to be no one other than Milik. We've spoken about him. Napoli lowered their asking price from 42 million to only 32, or from 46 to 32 million. And he is compared to Benzema, and his record speaks for itself, and he's 26 years old right now. All right, and the other option for the attacking player is as follows. Right, Watford's captain and attacking player is Troy Deeney. We had talked about him. He wants 60k a week, and he could be joining us as well. Now he's a veteran, and he would not be playing. He would not be competing with Harry Kane. He would be more like a backup and stay on the bench. So that's another option for us too. Okay, Milik would ask 5 million after taxes. All right, another report is saying that Daniel Levy is playing with fire with Josh King potential transfer because he could be moving on to another team as they are bidding for him right now. As we said, if any team is interested in a player we are interested in, they are more likely to sign him than we are. And that's sad, but this is the way it is right now because Daniel Levy doesn't want to spend money because he has a big loan for the new stadium. Habib Diallo is another player that could be joining us at the Spurs. We talked about him before. He's in the Ligue 1 and he plays for Metz. His record speaks for itself. He had scored 12 goals and has 3 assists in the Ligue 1. He's valued at 18.5 million. Okay, and the other player that could be joining us is a right back, and his name is Rogoyon. We had talked about him multiple times. He's a Real Madrid player, but he's also a player that had played at loan at Sevilla, and he had won the Europa League. He has a lot of potential, and he could be a great player for us. Now, let me know what you think about Rogoyon joining us, but as we said, Manchester United also interested, but a lot of pundits are tipping us to sign him because Manchester United interest is not as warm as the Tottenham Hotspur's interest. The final news for today is one of our veteran players, one of the longest serving players in the team, is most likely going to be shipped out or forced to move on, because he's not in Mourinho's plans. And Mourinho had made it clear both in the documentary and in his last press conference. He said Genoa are interested in him, and if he likes, he can go to them. And that would be a perfect move for him. He said he will not be able to play as many games as he wants because he has two options that are ahead of him, which are Ryan Sessegnon and finally, it's Ben Davies. And Ben Davies is the player that Mourinho trusts the most, as he has shown over the documentary and last season. Thank you for watching the Spurs news. Let's spur our way to glory. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. Let's spur our way to glory. Spurs. Spurs news, tracking down every detail. Transfer news, every gossip, every finished move. Game predictions,
analyzing a given walk